the definition of success, where preparation meets opportunity. This is somebody who is being constantly prepared and then constantly put in the face of opportunity. Houston, take it away.
Thank you. So, a little bit more about me and how I got into writing my book, Schooled for Success, how I plan to graduate from high school millionaire. Well, I started writing my book when I was 14 years old. I'm 16 now, and it really came from what I was experiencing growing up and then some of my experiences I had as a freshman in high school. And I was actually challenged to write the book during a job shadow I had to do. It was a job shadow project for my school where you had to go shadow somebody that works in a field that interests you. So I decided to job shadow the CEO of Private Money Exchange, which is a private money lending company, and he's been a mentor to me and my family. And during that job shadow interview, he actually told me that I should write a book on what I've done and my experiences. And that's what I've done. And as I refer to myself in my book, is I used to be an entrepreneur since preschool. Now, can anyone here spell entrepreneur? E-N-T-R-E-P-R-E-N-E-U-R. And I actually just on Wednesday I spoke at my high school because the business teacher actually invited me to go and asked if I would speak at some of the classes, and I did, and no one knew how to spell entrepreneur. So an entrepreneur is a person who organizes and manages any enterprise, especially a business, usually of considerable initiative and risk. And like David said, I got to do some modeling in TV commercials. And starting in preschool, I did different print ad modeling. And I was in several ads for companies such as Macy's and Nordstrom's. And I got to do some TV commercials. And one of my first TV commercials that I did was I was in elementary school, and I did a public service announcement. Like the whole motto was, when you read, you achieve. And I actually got to meet NBA basketball player Ray Allen. And then when I was in 6th grade, I landed a principal spot in a Chrysler Town and Country worldwide campaign commercial and through the residual income from that, I ended up doing my first real estate deal at age 13. And me and the youth and future generations got to be more encouraged, exposed, and excited about entrepreneurship, because it is really lacking in the school system, and the message is not being really encouraged at all. And we need to be all worth more than $1 million in our lifetime. And for any of you that are wondering, where do I get this just $1 million, how I plan to graduate from high school millionaire, and how we need to be worth more than $1 million. Actually, for those of you who have my book, it's actually on the back, and I'm going to share this story now. It was during my freshman year in high school. It was the first day, and we had a welcome to high school assembly where all the freshmen were gathered in the bleachers, and the leadership teacher went on to announce, if you get good grades in high school, graduate, go to college, get a degree, and get a job, on average, you will earn $1 million in your lifetime. And the freshmen were cheering, and the teachers, and I was thinking to myself, are they doing the math? Because if you were to work for 50 years of your life, from age 22 to 72 years old, that's only $20,000 a year, and that's not even including taxes. And they're cheering for that. And that's where I decided to set the goal of how I plan to graduate from high school a millionaire. So my first real estate deal at age 13 was I actually took action and asked my parents if I could partner on a property with them. I originally wanted to lend them money, but they told me no. They said I could become a partner on the property. So that I did, and when the deal was all said and done, I decided I wanted to continue investing in real estate and getting more return on my money. So then I took money out of my CDs and I became a private money lender. And one of the big questions that was asked earlier, how did I get an endorsement from Donald Trump for my book? And the funny thing is, the first real estate seminar I went to when I was in 7th grade was actually put on by the Trump organization. It was their Trump University. And what probably got me able to get the interview came first, and then when the book was complete, I got the endorsement. And the thing that helped me get it is I've taken what I've learned and I've taken action with it, and I've done what I've been taught, and I always ask. And actually in the Zero to Hero, that the second edition that I have a chapter, and that's my chapter, is always ask for what you want. Because if a no is better than not knowing at all, and if you get told no, if I would have been told no by Donald Trump, I wouldn't have been any further back than I was. But since I asked and I was able to get it, it was able to change my life. And another thing that I gotta really thank my mom for, of how I've gotten to be into this entrepreneur mindset, is she used to own a dance studio, and I'll admit when I was in 5 years old, I used to dance, and then I ended up changing into music, and that's one of the reasons we moved to Nashville, is because I play guitar, bass, mandolin, fiddle, and I'm a singer-songwriter. And when I got older, when I was about 7, 8, 9, 10, she would have me at her dance recitals. She would buy little light up glow sticks or lighting flowers, and she would tell me that if I went and sold them for the day of the recital, whatever profit was made after expenses, she would let me keep it, and she put that on me. So I would be sitting there with my fanny pack, going around trying to do my best and working as hard as possible to sell, and I'd say, that is one of the things that really got me into being an entrepreneur. And for all who hasn't got my book yet, I was giving them away for free. You can go over to my table and get my book, and I encourage everyone to follow my journey on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you.